I don't need to wait another minute, let alone an hour, to take common sense steps that will save the lives in the future and to urge my colleagues in the House and Senate to act. We can ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines in this country once again. I got that done when I was a senator. It passed. It was law for the longest time. And it brought down these mass killings. We should do it again. 297 people. According to the FBI, that's how many people were killed with a rifle in 2018. Not just an AR-15, but all rifles. That means the number of people killed with AR-15s is even lower. Joe Biden is famous for saying this.
You don't need an AR-15. It's harder to aim, it's harder to use, and in fact, you don't need 30 rounds to protect yourself. Buy a shotgun.
Yet in 2018, 235 people were killed with a shotgun. Everyone loves to talk about how low the gun death rate is in the UK because they all but banned guns. Yet in 2018, the number of stabbings were so high, the mayor of London implemented a blade ban. Want to take a guess how many people died in the US from being stabbed? 1,515 people. That's literally 5 times the number of people who were killed with not just an AR-15, but all rifles. It gets even goofier. Want to take a guess how many people were killed by hands and feet? 672. More than 2 times the number of people were killed by hands and feet than they were with AR-15s. So someone want to explain to me why Joe Biden is okay with 1,515 people being stabbed to death, but wants to ban a gun that has killed less than 300 people. I'll tell you why. Because it's about control, not saving lives. If it were about saving lives, we'd be talking about the things that kill 5 times the number of people than so-called assault weapons do. There is an agenda to destroy the Second Amendment because it's the only thing that prevents the government from having absolute power over its people. The government is afraid of us because we have guns. In other countries, the government does what it wants to their people because the people don't have a Second Amendment. So at best, all the people can do is protest and rally and throw rocks. In America, if the government pushes the people too far, they might start throwing 223s. That's why they have to use the media to scare us with sensationalism to get us to give up our rights blindly. Whether you like it or not, the only thing, and I mean the only thing, standing in the way of the government having complete dominance over the American people is the Second Amendment.
We can close the loopholes in our background check system, including the Charleston loophole. That's one of the best tools we have right now to prevent gun violence. The Senate should immediately pass, let me say it again, the United States Senate, I hope some are listening, should immediately pass the 2 House-passed bills that close loopholes in the background check system.
He's talking about Bill H.R. 1446 and H.R. 8. H.R. 1446 is the so-called Charleston loophole bill. There's no loophole in our background check system. I did an entire video about this so-called Charleston loophole, and this is what actually happened.
The FBI director called it heartbreaking, saying it was human error that allowed him to buy the gun he would allegedly use to kill 9 people at a prayer meeting in Charleston. By law, had to wait 3 days before buying the handgun. Time for the FBI to run a background check. That check revealed a drug charge, so the FBI employee kept digging, but called the wrong police agency in South Carolina. Had that employee called the right one, they would have discovered Roof admitted to possessing the drug, which should have disqualified him from buying a weapon.
The other bill is H.R. 8, which is the universal background check bill. I find it funny that Biden is claiming that this bill is one of the best tools we have right now to end gun violence, because in 2013, the United States Department of Justice found that even a perfect universal background check system would not address the largest sources of crime guns. Further, the study found that effectiveness would depend on requiring a gun registration. And Joe Biden and all the rest of the anti-gun politicians swear H.R. 8 won't have a gun registry. So this means one of 2 things. Either they're wanting Congress to pass a bill that the U.S. Justice Department determined years ago would do nothing, or the bill is just a precursor to an inevitable national gun registry. I'm gonna go with the latter because this is what they do. Everyone knows we're not going to completely stop mass shootings, but these mass shootings give these anti-gun politicians like Joe Biden the perfect excuse to sell the American people more gun control.
And we have to act. We should also ban assault weapons in the process.
Today it's ban so-called assault weapons, But because over 80% of gun deaths in this country are committed with handguns, the next mass shooting will then be, let's ban handguns. And this will continue until there is no Second Amendment. They take a little piece at a time, wait a few years, then say it didn't work. So we need to do another thing and take a little piece at a time and then wait for the next tragedy, say it didn't work, then take another little piece. It's time to put a stop to this mess. Stop letting them use fear to get you to give up your freedoms. In 1835 in Texas, soon after a weapons confiscation request, the ladies of the settlement hastily made a flag to fly over a cannon being requested to be confiscated. The flag featured a black cannon in the center, the words "come and take it" below, and one star above the requested weapon to be confiscated, representing the Lone Star State. Today, there was another growing gun confiscation request in all 50 of our states requesting to confiscate our AR-15s. We want the government to know what would happen if they tyrannically passed their so-called assault weapons ban. "I will not comply" is a symbolization of defiance against politicians, anti-gunners, and any other tyrannical entity looking to deprive you or your Second Amendment right as put forth in the Constitution of the United States. I'm sure the YouTube algorithm is going to do a phenomenal job of suppressing this message. So please share this video with as many people as you can so we can beat the algorithm and get our two-way message out to the masses. Also, don't forget to like this video and leave a comment and hit the bell and subscribe button. Let my voice be your voice and let them know you want to keep America tactical, because the right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed wasn't a suggestion, it was a directive. Also, if you're wondering where to purchase your AR-15s are essential, I will not comply. I am the militia. I lost all my guns in a boating accident, and your state-specific Keep America Tactical shirt, click the link next to my head or the link in the description section. Or if you're watching this on a mobile device, tap the small triangle on the lower right-hand side of this video and click the link in the description.